NWA Hard Times Part 4, Steel Cage, Slimeballs, Kidz, and a last call match, to say the least. We are going to chat about it right now with the queen of the NWA, Miss Fiona Lockwood. Hello again.
Hello, darling. You all right?
Oh yeah, it's all good. The sun's out. The sun was shining. It was,
Oh, it's gorgeous. It was 18 degrees up here today at one
yeah,
point.
it was
Like
crazy.
summer.
Yeah, we had this bright yellow thing in the sky. I haven't seen
It'll
it.
be it'll be snowing tomorrow probably.
Apparently, we're in this forecast actually for tomorrow. Let's get on NWA Hard Times Part 4. There is a fifth part to come next week, which we'll get into.
Mm.
Opening was nice. It was about the cage. It gave us the insight into the main event, which was the Southern Six versus Knox and Murdoch inside the solitary confines of a steel cage. Really good match, actually. Actually, the tag match started it, the Kidz and the Slimeballs.
I loved it.
It was really
Really
good.
enjoyed it.
It was a really sort of, I would say, medium paced. It was a bit of fast paced in there. It got slightly, obviously, when the hot tag happened, I think it was to Rant. I think it's Rand. His name is Tommy Rant. I think I've written down. Um,
I've just got Tommy down.
I had
Sorry.
Tommy down. Tommy Rand, I think, Tommy Rand. And when he got the hot tag, started, obviously it was more of a slower striking, because he's a bigger guy, isn't he? Out of four, I did like there was a great sort of STO moonsault combination by the Kidz at one point during this, and then coming up to the end, there was a springboard power bomb into the flying senton, and the Kidz got the win. And it was kind of like the other two are wrestling in the background, and they
Yeah.
broke the pin up a bit late.
I just thought it was really fun. Like they're young teams. They're familiar with each other though, because they're
Yeah,
both Exodus Pro. So it's actually I like the fact that they're bringing in the talent from the territories now.
yeah.
I think the slime balls are growing on me, but I was quite fond of the kids, so I'm looking forward again to seeing a little bit more of both teams in action.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it wasn't a qualifier though. for the
What's that?
It wasn't a qualifier for
No, it
the
was just a tag. So maybe we'll see them in the Crockett Cup. Who knows?
Could be. That is coming up very, very soon, as we've already mentioned quite a lot on the channel over the last week or so, the Crockett Cup, which we are very much looking forward to. Not sure I'll be looking forward to it over 8 weeks or however long it'll be, but
Don't get me started. That's a sore point with me.
we'll save that for the interview later. But nevertheless, a great opening match to start Power off. Went backstage at one point, straight away after that, sorry, with Carl and Austin Idol. And
I thought that segment was brilliant. I thought Austin was superb there.
yeah,
Absolutely superb.
to set the narrative, there's a last call match coming up pretty much next, or near enough next. There was another promo after, but it was between AJ Kazana and Anthony Andrews. And the loser, no, the winner of the match gets to choose which member of the group leaves the NWA for good. Now,
Yeah.
what the Idol didn't realize was that he was included within.
Yeah, which was why the promo was so great when
Yeah,
Kyle trying to keep him right, which was hilarious. But also in the match as well, Casey's going to be handcuffed ringside as well, so
he was.
that's interesting.
He was, and we will get into that very, very shortly. Um, They've done a bit after this for the National Heavyweight Championship, which has been vacated since Philbilly, funny enough.
He dropped the title. He vacated the title in order to go for EC3 in the World's Heavyweight Championship. So
Which is next week, and we'll talk about that very, very shortly. Yes, and so there was an interview with, well, more sort of Silvio than Troop.
always with Silvio.
Silvio's never short of a word.
You know that if there's a mic in a room and Silvio's there, he's going to take that mic and talk.
Yeah, and he did, to be fair, and he did say about it was more like, I felt it was if he was like a solicitor, like like we got him in the court and he's trying to tell them how the guy's innocent or guilty, and that's how he was doing his promo. But I do like the end because Troop then got the mic and went bang bang, lights out, which is I suppose his trademark thing, and we'll get into what that's about when we run through next week's matches, because we will crown a new national heavyweight champion next week on Power, and we'll get into
That's
that.
exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too, and we will get into the competitors, because there is more than one, for that very, very shortly. We then get to this last call match, which we was talking about. I tell you what I liked about it: Anthony Andrews' theme. I don't know why. I'm not normally a country fan, but I don't know. I was bopping to it earlier.
But this was a proper grudge match because
It
obviously
was.
they were former tag team partners. The two of them were
Yes,
the original Country Gentlemen. So this is like a proper grudge match.
it was indeed. It was very hard hitting as well. There was a big power. I think it was a power slam on the stair or the steel or something like that on the outside onto the walkway
Yeah.
where they were.
Oh, that was Andrews onto the onto the steel ramp from the
Yep,
stage walking down to the ring. So,
that was really, really good as well.
but
And
I've got a bone to pick though, not with
oh,
either of the wrestlers. Why are you stopping for adverts in the middle of a match?
Billy, if you can answer that question.
I don't understand. Like, I know that they've potentially stopped the match, put the advert on, and restarted the match from where they've left off. It's obviously a TV thing, but it's infuriating, particularly if there's a good bit of momentum and then it gets taken away from you. So it drives me up the wall. I just thought I'd get that in there.
No, I agree, and it annoys me in when they do it in other promotions. Well, they say we'll be right back, and you're like, no, don't go to the break.
Yeah.
Picture in picture, Billy. Picture in picture. Have the break.
Yeah, exactly. That would be good.
You know that would work. And again, what I like about the NWA, and we've mentioned this through quite a lot of the series, is the finishes. The finishes sometimes come out of nowhere, and sometimes they're the old school moves. And this was none, well, this didn't disappoint. This was a running power slam, circa British Bulldog. I
Yeah.
haven't seen a finish end. Oh, I mean, actually, Braun Strowman does it. But anyway, I haven't seen that finish in so long. And AJ Kazana pins, and it came out of nowhere. He hit the move, hit the cover, and I was like, "What? This is." I mean, they had Zion at ringside. You had Austin Idol. You had, as you mentioned, you had Casey Cup
KC and also Joe
and
Kazana as
Joe
well, obviously. Yeah.
and Joe
And this
Kazana.
is where it got interesting when Joe
Yes.
gets the mic and all six of the men are in the ring.
And he's then going, who's going to be fired? And he kept going, mouthing off at Idol. And you're thinking, yeah, we know. See you, Austin. Nice knowing you on Power. And then he turned around and went, Anthony Andrews, you're fired. It was like, what?
Yeah, just like that.
It was crazy. It caught me well off guard. And Anthony Andrews left, obviously, and then come back. And now he's gone for good now.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
What's
pal. Nice knowing you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, nice knowing you and see you later. Well, no, see you down the road somewhere,
Yeah.
Andrew. So it certainly won't be on Power at all, which was crazy, really. That I just love the ending though. Um,
I like that. I like the whole to and fro with Joe and Idol as well. They really,
yeah,
really don't like each other, do they?
no, it certainly doesn't come across.
Really don't like each other.
They certainly do not. Or certainly doesn't. Certainly comes across like they hate each other. Anyway, that he was like, I can't. Well, I've been waiting so long to do this when he was on the mic, and you're like,
What sort of accent was that?
I don't know. Um, it wasn't the southern accent of Joe Kazana, that's for sure. I'm not quite sure what accent that was. It won't be ever
Moving
repeated.
on quickly.
It won't be ever repeated. Anyway, there was a really nice video package actually. Well, kind of tug on your heartstrings
All the
kind of
love.
package. And now was this? I've got BLKGs, right? Is that right?
Teas, black teas, yeah. Church's money.
Thank you. Going across about how he overcame cancer and he was battling through to get back to the NWA. And
And then
then,
he got carjacked
yeah, and then he
and
gets,
shot.
yeah, I mean, how's your luck for one? You just get put in remission and then you get four guys coming at you with guns, jacking your car. Yeah, but he was obviously on the earlier episodes that we couldn't see
Yeah,
by that because he was,
it's really good to see him back.
yeah.
He is so ridiculously entertaining. I have had the pleasure of being ringside in the audience when he's been there, and he is just the biggest personality. I was so sad when I heard the news, and I am absolutely delighted to see him back. It'll be interesting to see who he's aligned with because he was Tyrus Idol sort of
Oh, okay.
in with all of them initially. So be interesting to see who or what kind of path he takes with the NWA now. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it. I'm just glad he's back. So good to see you, G's. Absolutely.
definitely good to see you, especially after all of that crazy stuff that you had going on in your life. Well, we got to the cage already. What I loved about this, and this is going back again, old school style. How many times or how long has it been since the rules of a cage match were you had to escape the cage? You see it everywhere now, and it's pinfall submission or escape the cage, and you know they're not going to escape the cage.
Yeah.
But this was done classic 80s style, escape the cage. Kerry Morton and a good friend of ours on the show, Alex Taylor, against Knox and Murdoch, Ricky Morton at ringside. They literally left it all in that ring, didn't they?
They really, really did. And as was half expected, poor Murdoch got burst open. And the next thing you know, we're watching a black and white match.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
I'm
that.
not a fan of it. I was talking about this with somebody in the States earlier on today, and I understand that there's obviously things that because you're on TV you have
Yeah.
to adhere to,
Mhm.
but I'm not a fan of the switch to the black and white.
No, it kind of killed it for me, that bit.
Yeah, well, my whole take was on, and this is maybe a hot take that folk might not agree with, is that wrestling gets enough grief for being fake, so to speak.
Mhm.
So I'm very much like if there's blood in a match and someone gets burst open, leave it
Yeah.
to reiterate the fact that no, it's a real injury. It's a real it's real blood. It's not blooming a blood capsule that somebody's chewed and spat out or whatever. Um, I just think turning it black and white like that kind of just takes the seriousness of it away a little bit. But
Yeah.
I get that there's obviously TV constraints and
Yeah.
maybe their hands are tied with it. But that's another bugbear of mine in wrestling in general. I've seen it happen elsewhere. So
Oh yeah, it's not just the end. Yeah, you have seen happening in elsewhere other than the NWA, but it is very, and it does take the whole story aspect away from it as well. If you're in a cage and you get thrown into a cage, the likelihood is you're going to bleed, right?
yeah,
That's the whole point of having a steel cage there, and to also end the feud that they're currently in. You'd put a cage match on it, and there's bits where Knox and Murdoch were flying off the top of the ropes,
they were moving spectacularly in that ring.
doing
I
high
thought it looked
possible.
brilliant. It looked absolutely brilliant.
It really did. It did look like a classic old school, and it had that classic old school cage vibe. And then, of course, you had Ricky Morton on the outside with the powder in the face.
Of course we did. I used to like you, Ricky.
Yeah, not a fan now, mate. That's for sure. Slammed the cage door at once, at least, in Murdoch's face. I think it was Murdoch's face. And then Smalls decides to.
I know, and the low blow from Smalls. Get in.
I mean, could it be anything less than a low blow from Smalls?
This is a valid point.
Valid, yeah. I don't think he can do. It'd be like a foot blow, wouldn't it?
But
Yeah,
he got Ricky an absolute belter. I popped for that, not gonna
he
lie.
did. He also,
Obviously, Smalls has been aligned with Knox and Murdoch for a little while now, so
ever since they put him through a table, so
yeah, I'm sure that'll all turn around at some point as well.
it's
But
certainly
yeah, that was fun. I did giggle for that. But I think my favourite spot was when the Southern Six went for the high low, went for the went to use Knox and Murdoch's own move on them. But didn't quite work out in the end, did it? Let's
quite to
be
say
honest.
didn't quite work. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But they also we did remember that Rolando Freeman got involved as well.
So we did. God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So being up Smalls a little bit, which obviously they've had a little bit of a to do as well. So that seems to be boiling further on for maybe another match. I mean, they're quite small, aren't they? I mean, Smalls is small.
Smaller than Rolando, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Rolando can't exactly joke about that, to be honest. But nevertheless, the end they did hit a high low eventually in this match. And again, they went to go out the door. Ricky was there, but this time the door got booted back at him by Murdoch, and they exited the cage.
That's it. And it is a win for Knox and Murdoch, which I'm not going to lie, I am happy about. But I would have been very, very, very surprised if the outcome had been the other way.
Yeah, I think it was a yeah the Southern. If Frill Billy was in the cage, I may have.
It might have been a different story, absolutely, but I couldn't see past Knox and Murdoch on this one, and I would have been really quite surprised if they didn't pick up the win on that.
Yeah, me too. I totally agree with that. I was expecting them to. There was a couple of moments I thought, oh, hang on a minute, maybe they're going down the other route, but they did eventually pick up the win in that match. Now, next week looks fabulous on wrestling, not wrestling, wrestling in general, yes, and hard times. We've got the debut, I believe, of AJ Francis in the
Yeah, I
NWA,
saw that.
one-on-one with Brian Idol. AJ Francis is also in TNA at the minute as well, so he's doing two jobs,
Oh,
working
good for
well.
him.
Yeah, he's been on T. He's embroiled in a feud right now with somebody who's very popular. Well, especially in the iTunes charts at the minute.
Okay, say no more.
If you all believe, you can all believe.
He'll appear.
He
Say
will
if you say
appear.
his name.
Yes, if you say his name, he will appear, but we're not going to be saying his name because he's not part of NWA. So anyway, AJ Francis next week takes on Brian Idol. We've then got a fatal four-way match for the National Heavyweight Championship, which pitches Birchall against Latimer, against Troop, against Zion.
I know who I want to win this,
I'm
but
all for Latimer for me.
yep, Tom all the way for this one.
Has to be
But
Latimer,
but I actually think that's a very evenly matched four that are going in the ring.
definitely.
I really do think it's an evenly matched four, but Tom is long overdue a new shiny round his waist.
Certainly is. I'm either him or Birchall for me. Just a bit British, I suppose. Maybe that's a, but him or Birchall definitely. And then the main event next week, as we've already mentioned, is EC3 going up one-on-one against Frillbilly Silas Mason, which brings me nicely onto the fact that right after this, and now when I say this, I mean this is Wednesday, we're at the time of recording. Literally, we're going to be finishing this, and we're going to be talking to the Frillbilly Silas Mason as part of our NWA Spotlight series. Can't wait for that. But that's not all. No, we have another one. Get your cards, get your hats, get your magic wands ready for Sunday. I'm expecting a magic trick, Fiona, Sunday. I don't
See what
know.
I can do.
I can make money disappear. Just give it to my son. That'd be all right. Um, with Magic Jake Dumas will be joining us Sunday this week. So
That'll be fun.
again, that'll air a bit later from recording, but hey ho, we've got them all confirmed, which is great. We can't wait for that. I'm really looking forward to speaking to Phil Billy. I can't lie.
Yeah, me too. Should be fun tonight.
Should be a fun one indeed. But Fee, as we start to wrap up, I know that you've got a weekend off because we're doing Magic Jake.
I know, another weekend. That's two in a row. But then I have the show on Monday night with W3L and
Ah,
Crete.
W3L. Sorry to interrupt you. I was talking to the W3L Women's Champion the other day.
Nina
I
Samuels.
was on the Nina Samuels show. Yes.
Yeah, she has our lovely pink belt.
Well, she's very
So,
pink generally
yes.
in what she
So
wears.
the belt fits in with her. But yeah, we have a W3L show on Sunday. Well, sorry, Monday on May Day. Thursday, I'm with Premier British Wrestling in Beith. Friday, I'm with Main Event Entertainment. Don't ask me where the venue is because I'm so sorry. But for PBW and Main Event, the tickets are available from ringsideworld.co.uk. W3L tickets in Creef for Creef on Monday are from w3lwrestling.com, so you'll be able to get them on there. And then over the next couple of weeks, there's various bits and pieces. We've got the Jake the Snake tour coming up at the beginning of June with Inside the Ropes. PW, W3L, Main Event Entertainment, British Championship Wrestling, shows with them across the next few months. And then into September, we've got Inside the Ropes with Lita in London and Glasgow as well, which is going to be awesome. I am buzzing for that one.
Are you going to dye your hair some other colours for that?
I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll see.
Let's see. We should definitely get onto those events if you haven't, and you've missed one vital event that you're coming to.
Oh, I'll let you talk about that one then.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I'm thinking, here we go. And then you went straight to September. How very dare
Cheery
you
then. I'm not going to take your thunder.
take my thunder. Yes. Well, we literally, if you've been watching our socials, we've just announced probably the biggest match on the card in terms of ramifications. If Corey McRae loses, he walks away from Ignite. Didn't want an easy ride, so I don't think Luke Jacobs is an easy be an easy
I wouldn't have thought so.
Northwest Strong's Luke Jacobs should pose him a good enough threat to Corey well, to Corey's future, really, at Ignite. To say the least, tickets have been on sale just over a week and we're 80% gone after announcing one match. I don't really, I can't really say, look, if you don't get your ticket, you're going to sell out and you'll miss out. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're warned. You've been warned. And we've got at least another 2 or 3 debuts to announce. We've got some big matches to announce as well to come off of that. Obviously, the Fatal 4-Way is Gene Money, is Adonis Payne, is Tommy Kyle, and Man Like Drees in the 4-Way. That's the main event.
I'll
Obviously,
be a belter.
and the turnbuckle title match has already been set. It was set at full throttle. That is Smashing Mike going one-on-one and defending the title again against the biggest pain in my ass that I've ever seen in my life since, apart from Rachel, since she's not here. Since the since the turnbuckle title was created and first defending in September, this man has bugged me to hand him the title. And I always said, no, you need to earn it. Well, Mark True has earned the opportunity, much to my chagrin, in the last show. So he will go one-on-one with the turnbuckle champion Smashing Mike in July as well. Go to 96, go to Eventbrite, put in Buckle Up 2 or Ignite. It's all there. As I said, they won't be there long. So get it or you'll miss out. And coming up, I don't know. I think that's about it, really. Oh, I'm going to be at Super Strong Style 16 over the late May Day bank holiday weekend.
That'll be great.
Shelton Benjamin is going to be there as well. He was announced
Shelty. I like Shelty.
Shelty B. And then I'm going to be at the next Progress show, which is Devil on My Shoulder. And that features the Progress Wrestling debut of Danhausen. It's going to be very nice.
That'll be fun.
Very evil. And hopefully I don't get cast any spells on me, but that's at the end of July. So we'll be there. Obviously, in between that, there's Buckle Up, which we've already discussed. But anyway, that has been another rapid review of NWA Hard Times 4. We'll be back. There's got to be this has got to be the last week next week, surely.
I would have thought so.
It's
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know. And then we've got the Tampa tapings as well. So.
Well, I would have thought it would be because EC3's defending.
Yeah.
Surely that's the main event. Surely that's the last week of.
You would have thought.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But they'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be back to review it. Well, we won't be there literally. It's already been recorded. But we'll be there watching it next week. We'll be here reviewing it next week. We hope you guys join us when we put it out onto social medias. She has been the NWA queen. I don't know what else to call you with the NWA stuff. The founder
I don't know either. I'll take that. Queen's
of NWA, Fiona Lockwood.
I'll wear a crown next week.
Yeah, you do that. I'll try and get an accent sorted. Yeah, I couldn't imagine you have. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. But anyway, she has been Fiona Lockwood. I have been your host, Adam Cousins. Until we come back with NWA next week, take care and good night.